10 at the 25 for Braxton Miller, the quarterback of the Buckeyes. And he'll hand it off on first down. Carlos Hyde slashing through.
Quarterback, not just an athlete running around back there.
Second down and 4 at the 31. They'll swing it out. Here's Hyde. Catches it, gets his shoulder squared. And
very aggressive play by Waynes all the way at the top. Reads the coverage. He's covering, and then he comes up after he knows the ball's been delivered to Hyde and aggressively goes low to cut down the 230-pound running back.
For Ohio State. Empty backfield. Miller wasn't ready for the snap. He has it. And he looked for Hyde. Spot that we've ever seen in college football history. As Ohio State runs the ball, they get it to
say, hey, they deserve it over Ohio State if they win tonight.
Here's Carlos Hyde running. He'll stumble forward and pick up the first. Second drive for Ohio State. Miller pulls it out, sprints out of the pocket, throws on the run, and he's got Philly Brown.
Before the first contact.
Brown has a small stress fracture in his leg, which is limited his catches last couple of weeks. Now Miller uncorks with the receiver. And Brown had it in his 10 now for the Buckeyes at their own 39. And Braxton Miller runs it. And Braxton Miller is dropped immediately. Here's Miller to throw. Miller in trouble. Braxton Miller sacked at the 35. Braxton Miller and this Ohio State offense. Here's Miller, low snap, Hyde. And Hyde tracked down and taken down.
That's why Tom Herman was telling his team, don't press, have patience. You won't get the same number of plays.
Miller handing it off. Hyde. Here's Braxton Miller, and he's gobbled up.
Backers with slot receivers or tight ends.
Third down and 7 at the 49. Ohio State 0 for 2 on conversions. Here's Braxton Miller under pressure. Lost it. 48 yards. Braxton Miller says, I guess I better do it myself.
And watch the improvement of Braxton Miller. Last year it was one read and go. Now still directing, orchestrating, eyes downfield. Once he made up his mind, he directed Carlos Hyde to block.
And if this puts some life in this Ohio State team. Philly Brown breaks 2 tackles. Gets up the sideline, close to a first down.
Gus, you go back to the Cal game early in the season. And what did it... Sure. Not kill. In other words, you don't want to miss Braxton Miller, but they didn't close down the back gate right here, and Braxton Miller finds it. And once he sees it, he takes off.
Braxton Miller looking. Miller all day to throw it. Miller finally fires it toward the far side.
Coverage was nice downfield for Michigan State. This is why Braxton Miller couldn't get rid of the football. And he's got to be careful throwing it late like this.
At 12. Mike Sadler punting out of his own end zone. Philly Brown back deep at midfield.
State has. But what Michigan State coupled with this coverage was pressure at the quarterback. Pat Narduzzi, the defensive coordinator, said, I'm just going to go and force the issue with Braxton Miller. And it worked.
Third down, Miller handing it off to Hyde, and he'll pick up a first down.
Now they go fast. The chains have to be set. The clock stops to get the ball here. You've got to have enough time to get to the line of scrimmage and spike it. For them to spike it.
And the Buckeyes spike the football with 4 seconds to go. And they'll bring on the field goal unit immediately.
Get those points. They may do it in reverse by throwing it first and coming back to him running the ball inside. It's been difficult to find space against Michigan State's defense. And if they are...
Michigan State jumping offside. Bulla, the middle linebacker, college football.
It goes back to what we all learn, right? You never know what you've really missed until it's taken away from you. And all blocking to form. Hireman, 86, 78, Norwell. And look at them. And then he just finds the gap. And now puts on the moves. Drummond was able to cut him off and make him stop. State's defense off balance. Things have flipped. Go back to the report Aaron Andrews gave us, where Urban Meyer said we're going to open things up. have it. So watch Braxton Miller. He looks for the strike downfield to Philly Brown. Doesn't have it, and they give him a natural check down to Devin Smith.
Now Miller running wide, turns the corner with a blocker.
Defensive end. But look at what Hyde does. There's a big hit on the side from Twan Jones, but he still finishes the run. It's a big man running the ball. That was excellent coverage. Watch Drummond. He's back here having to play against a slot receiver. Ohio State trying to make hay against the safeties of Michigan State. And Drummond comes up with a terrific play. Not able to get out ahead of him in enough space. See that? And he ends up bumping him a little bit, but still, wonderful play by Isaiah Lewis, tracking it and making a nice tackle in the open field. Fly zone, the All-America Denard. Smith has a step. Ball could not be thrown any better, but how about Denard? Sneaking a left arm in. Watch him. See him right there? Right into the pocket. You want to be a defender? Carlos Hyde rumbling. Isaiah Lewis up for the challenge. Does a nice job. But the big man is well downfield before the contact is made. So offensive coordinator, I want to see two people touching the ball in the run game. And I want to keep running the football. I want to see 34 touch it. I want to see 5 touch it. If anyone else touches it, you're going to have to talk to me later.
That's for 93 yards on 14 carries. Braxton Miller, 124 yards on 15 carries.
Sound familiar? Someone, it's exactly what's happened with the big offensive line for Ohio State. And there's Elfline, number 65, who's gone almost the whole way. Decker, who was the new starter. And as you noted, it sailed.
Hyde running. This time, oh, look at the leg turn.
People don't think is there. And now he goes off the field on a big third down. Against Michigan, 2.5 sacks. Been a third down player. Watch him on the field here. Plays forced by Denikos Allen, number 28, the outside
in the second half. He's faced with a 3rd and 6. Here's Miller. Drills it. Incomplete. Evan Spencer couldn't hold on.
The throw, and he is on target. But look at the play made by Denard, who comes up through the hands of Spencer after he catches. But with the force Shazier was bringing at 230 pounds and had leverage with that run, he packed the wallet.
Braxton Miller has been great with his legs.
Empty set again.
He's rushed for 128 yards.
A little bit here, I'm talking about Michigan State, because whenever they see empty set, their first move is Braxton Miller running the football. Draw or quarterback power run. Allen, the outside linebacker, forces the play, but fights off the block from Jeff Hireman, the tight end, and gets outside. Michigan State, rush the passer, cover downfield. Good coverage by Denard. Going to make it a difficult throw. He was going to have to be perfect to complete that.
Miller. In trouble. Miller lets it go down the field for Philly Brown. Incomplete. And that'll bring. Here's Miller to throw it. Incomplete. And the Buckeyes turn it over on down. And the Spartans. Langford again.